Hey guys. Welcome to just a quick recap of, what happened Sunday night. Ravens fans, my Bills fans, let's talk. And we'll be nice. We're going to be nice, right? We're going to talk quickly a bit about, both teams, what happened, because there's a lot that happened for both teams, both great and not great. And we'll just talk about how it applies towards the rest of the season, right? Because before we get into anything, it's week one. It's week one, so, let's just can our expectations. But, oh my God, what an insane battle. I always tell my friends football's just like shown in anime for sports guys, and literally this is like the most insane tournament arc ever. It was great. It was awesome. I would say probably let's start just with the Ravens. Ravens fans, I hope this video is coming out late enough to, where you're in a bit of a better mood. For reference, I was out at the bar with my friends. It was like 50-50 Bills Ravens fans and in Baltimore, and it oh boy. Most Ravens fans were chill, but there were just enough of you that were just a little too jeering. So it kind of was funny to see what happened. But again, Baltimore is a great city, so just want to put that out there. I have here just in my notes. I think the first thing that comes to mind with the Ravens, right? Let's not just blame the fumble as just a Derrick Henry accident, right? He put up so many yards, average over 9 yards a carry. Let's see. What does ESPN say? ESPN says 169 rushing yards in one game is insane. He gashed our run defense. We will talk about that on the Bills side. But, he went for a stiff arm on Ed Oliver, who is a phenomenal defensive player, even if people don't know him. And, the ball got stripped. But I think the two reasons probably the game got lost, one is not going for it on 4th and 3. Right? When both quarterbacks are as hot as Josh and Lamar were, even with Lamar had the 3-and-out the drive prior, both did for what it's worth. You still got to trust your team. You don't want to give the ball back to the other guy when Josh Allen's slinging it for hundreds and hundreds of yards. How many? 394, just casually. So, yeah. But I think it's that for sure, right? You got to trust your team, trust Lamar, trust Derrick Henry, especially with these zone reads that Buffalo is so famous for. And then number two, obviously, I think Mina Kimes had a really good stat on it. Again, sorry I didn't get this out sooner. I had to work yesterday after staying up till 3 a.m. with sheer adrenaline. Right? It's that pass rush. It wasn't really there for the Ravens, right? I think the stat was when they usually brought 4 and they had a pressure rate of less than 15%, which is not good, right? Because you're giving one of the best quarterbacks in the league all that time to find his guys. So I think those are two real reasons. But again, even in the last couple seconds, Kyle Hamilton almost blocked that ball. So just an insane game. But so Ravens fans, you have a lot to look forward to, right? Again, your offense, it is a buzzsaw. Lamar and Derrick Henry played phenomenal, and they will continue to. And, like Lamar said, that fumble, it's not happening in the postseason. Wow. Unless you're playing the Bills. I mean, if you could do it again, that would be great. But anyways, let's talk about the goddamn Buffalo Bills. It was beautiful, right? That comeback. I was pretty sure we weren't going to win once that, we got the DeAndre Hopkins touchdown. I mean, Andrew literally called it in the podcast, which will come out later this week. But great comeback, right? And things I want to highlight for us again. Defensive play. Our secondary looks really rough. Obviously, Max isn't there, right? And on IR, and then Trey is gimpy. And we're lacking a ton of our run defense with Larry O with Larry out. He'll be back, I think, week 7. So yeah, but all things considered, like we saw Ed Oliver really break through that interior of the Ravens line, which is no joke, right? These are two very competent O lines in the league. Um, and then also, but again, on offense, Josh Palmer had some great routes, but Dalton Kincaid and especially Keon Coleman in his sophomore year debut, I mean, just beautiful. I mean, those vertical jumps that we saw from Keon where he got a couple feet in the air to get that advantage on the corners on him. I mean, he torched Wiggins on one, though Wiggins played overall well. He won us there with the best of the best. When we talk about this Ravens secondary, albeit Jair didn't look that great, but hey, it's week 1, right, Ravens fans? It's week 1. But yeah, Keon Coleman looked phenomenal, and then Josh Allen's audibles, just beautiful. And James Cook, averaged 3.4 yards per carry, so he absolutely played his role. He had that one critical run. What we see with a game like this is, again, what we always have to remember is when there are high-octane offenses in a game, you cannot give the ball away without chewing clock, right? And you have to properly manage the game. And I think, again, for Ravens fans, like, the main entity to be mad at, again, it's a team effort, whether you win or lose. It's a team sport. Lamar and Josh can play both out of their minds, but someone's got to lose, right? But the main entity to blame would probably be John Harbaugh, right? I mean, you have to manage that game more properly. You have to go for that 4th down. You have to really emphasize, like, find the attack that was working, right? Because you could beat the Bills' defense. Speaking of game management, the Bills keeping the Ravens' defense on the field with the no huddles over and over and over really led to them being exhausted, right? And I think that is an example of good game management, right? Really stretching the players out. But all this is to say, hey, again, week 1. Both teams are going to be back in the postseason, right? Like, we know that. The Ravens will definitely be back. Bills fans know that, and I'm hoping we're going to be good there too, right? So it's really going to be a question of, how does this look in the postseason? I think both teams will continue to improve as the Ravens scheme really comes into fruition now that all their requirements with Malachi Starks as well, really find their groove. And then the Bills as we get players back, right? So I'm excited. This was a great opener to week 1. I hope the next time our teams play, it's not on like Sunday night, so I don't have to record a day late because I have work the next day. But just phenomenal. And again, Andrew, Max, I'm sorry guys, but God damn it, Josh Allen MVP. Hey, we'll get to you guys soon. And hey, until then, go Bills.